Okay. Alright. Is that working for you guys now? Okay, let's get into it since it appears to be working now. Into the certifications. We want CPL. And we're going to go ahead and start with Departure, Dead Reckoning, and we're going to work through these, and then hopefully we can knock those out in about 45 minutes and take the exam real quick before we end. Alright. I will try to answer your questions as they come in, but sometimes it's hard to see that while you're doing these things.
Today we are going to leave our familiar airport of Sedona and venture south to reach Flagstaff Airport. To guide us, we will rely on the navlog.
Okay.
It references the different legs to complete to reach our final destination. Our first goal is to fly over the runway center at 6,500 feet with a heading of 42 degrees. By doing so, we will be perfectly set up to engage with the first leg of the navlog. After takeoff, we will continue crosswind as if we were following the standard traffic pattern. However, we won't turn downwind. Instead, we will continue climbing to 6,500 feet before turning on course toward the runway center.
Okay.
Okay, you can take off whenever you are ready.
Alright, let's try this out, see how we do. This will be the first time doing this type of flying in this simulator.
Your target altitude is 6,500 feet. That's 500 feet above the traffic pattern, as we don't want to interfere with incoming aircraft.
Alright, let's see how we go.
Maintain 75 knots.
We just gotta kind of fly to these altitudes for them. Alright, now just about there. I'm gonna turn over our left shoulder here in just a second.
As you climb, turn left so you stay in the vicinity of the airport.
Alright. Keep climbing it up here till we get to about 6,500. Should put us just about the end of the crosswind, and we're going to turn in towards the runway.
Great. To ensure accurate navigation, you want an accurate starting point. And what's more accurate than the runway you just departed from? Go ahead and position your plane above the airport.
So we just gotta get back over here, over top of the runway. Which we should be coming up over here in just a second. Can't actually see that runway. We're gonna turn here. We gotta climb back up because we dove a little bit there. And then get our heading back.
Maintain 6,500 feet.
Now we're going to turn that heading of 42 degrees. Here.
Nice. That's it for navigation departure. Well done.
Okay. So that just knocked that out. Any questions with that? That was really not a great run. That was only a B, but let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Now we're gonna do some diet reckoning. Alright, let's go ahead and get started here. Once again, the goal at the end of this one is to have the commercial pilot's license so we can start doing some of the higher level missions.
We're currently at 6,500 feet, about 30 seconds flight time to Sedona Airport. As we make our way toward the runway center, let's talk more about navigation. When you need to set and maintain a heading, you'll want to rely on your heading indicator. Compasses are prone to errors, especially during turns, or while accelerating or decelerating. Okay, we're in position over the runway center. Next step is to validate the time. That's a fancy way of saying, start your stopwatch. On the nav log, you can see our next waypoint, Munns Park, is at a 42-degree heading, about 5 minutes away. That means we need to be on a 42-degree heading. Check your heading indicator and make your turn. Good. Maintain a 42-degree heading. As you approach Munns Park, the terrain level rises. To maintain a safe altitude, we'd better climb to 8,000 feet. Make sure you keep the same heading. Maintain full power during your climb.
Okay, now just gotta get to about 8,000 feet here. And then we will be ready to go. We're about a minute in. About 1,000 feet to get up.
Navigation is basically flying a given heading for a given amount of time. Sometimes you deviate. But if you track the time flown from your last known position, you'll always have at least a range for your current position.
Yeah. So, we are making good progress here of just getting out there. Got about 500 feet to go in about another minute or so. Minute or two. We should get there. I don't know if in this one they're going to have us land. I haven't done any of these ones before. But, go ahead and ask questions that you may have. Once we get into the actual being able to fly, we'll be able to do what destinations you're looking to go to, but we're going to be a couple weeks before we do that because we have to actually get all of our certifications first.
Okay. Now get back to cruise attitude, let the speed increase, then set cruise power at 2,300 RPM. the green patch with a lake on its right? This is Munns Park Golf Club. We're almost there. Let's proceed over it and check if the stopwatch matches the navlog estimation.
No.
We all know speed can increase or decrease depending on the wind. That's why at your next waypoint you'll want to compare your estimated time and route with the actual time flown. Validate your estimate and your progress.
Alright. And we should be crossing it here in just a minute. It's gonna be about 5 minutes to get to over it. Even though that says it should take 3.
Well done. But there's room for improvement. Navigation to Munns Park is in the books.
Alright, that's probably the end of that training. Yep. See how kind of that went. We know that these first trainings are going to kind of be boring because it's a lot of manual flying, it's a lot of focus, and a lot less being able to answer questions and talking. But if you do have any, we will get to them when we are on these screens. If we don't get to them while we're flying. Okay. We just have to try to knock all of these out, and then we can get the CPL at the end, by the end of this. We got about a half hour or so left on the stream.
Alright, we're currently at 8,000 feet, approximately 30 seconds out from Munns Park Golf Club. While we fly over it, let's talk about landmark navigation. One of the easier methods of navigation involves following identifiable landmarks, like highways. And it just so happens we have one below us. Do you see the highway on your left?
Yeah. Right there.
That highway leads all the way to Flagstaff. Let's follow it, and we should reach Flagstaff Airport in 6 to 7 minutes.
Alright. Let's go ahead and maintain 8,000 and follow that airport. Or follow that highway to the airport.
To make sure we don't miss it, reset your stopwatch here and start again.
There's the highway right there. We're just gonna kind of keep it just off to the left of us there. And let's get back up in our altitude just a little bit.
Flagstaff Airport's altitude is around 7,000 feet.
Alright.
Unlike in Sedona, the traffic pattern altitude there is standard. This means its altitude is 1,000 feet above the airport, which works out to 8,000 feet.
Awesome, so we're already
We need to fly over the airport before entering the traffic pattern. Since we don't want to interfere with other aircraft already in the traffic pattern, let's fly at least 500 feet above pattern altitude.
Alright,
So let's climb to 8,500 feet on the way.
Let's get our 500
Keep it
foot
at
climb.
full power while you're climbing.
while trying to keep that highway there off our nose. Or right there. Alright.
Perfect. Maintain 8,500 feet until we reach the airport.
And we kind of still see the highway there.
Set RPM at 2,300.
See the highway there, just off our nose. I'm just going to try to keep that there and maintain altitude. Just gotta try to keep that level right there. Still kind of see the highway there. And we're approaching that airport now. Should just be just a tiny bit out of the airport now. Just a little high there. Looks like right in front of us there might be the airport. I'm gonna follow this pattern here.
There it is, Flagstaff Airport, on the right side of the highway. Excellent landmark navigation.
Alright, and there's the end of that one. Let's kind of see how we did here. Perfect. The altitude still slightly lower than I'd like to have, but not horrible. We actually did maintain it as best as you really could with that, while trying to focus on the highway and everything, and having slight little. Alright. Now we're going to do an arrival training on this. Is there any questions so far about this? About Cirrus? Got about 20-ish minutes, so hopefully we'll be able to get our certification done after this.
Flagstaff Airport is right in front of us, and we're currently at 8,500 feet. That's 500 feet above the standard traffic pattern. It's a good altitude to avoid interfering with aircraft already in the pattern. Proceed above the terrain, making sure you maintain our current altitude.
Okay. Fly over the main center here. Got about a mile to go to this airport, and then about to cross over the runway center. Okay.
We're going to land on runway 21, coming from the right to the left. We'll be following a left-hand traffic pattern, as we did in Sedona.
Okay.
Ready? Reduce speed to 80 knots and start a turn to the left toward a 120-degree heading.
Alright. Okay.
As we pass over the runway again, start descending to 8,000 feet, still maintaining 80 knots. You'll enter the pattern in the middle of the downwind leg for runway 21.
Alright. We're just about...
We've got clearance to enter the downwind leg and land on runway 21. Keep your attitude, then follow the standard pattern. Extend 10 degrees of flaps. Complete the traffic pattern until landing, as you learned previously.
Okay. Alright, so we're just gonna kind of keep with this right now. Alright. So now we're just gonna fly the normal traffic pattern. A little low, a little slow. Alright, try to get our speed back here. Yeah, it looks like we're pushing sideways just a wee bit. Try to keep everything going here. We're going to turn left for the final. A little fast. Idler down. And a little high, or a lot high. Okay. On glide slope. A little low. A lot low. A little left. And touchdown, engine off. And braking.
Good integration. But something tells me you can do even better.
We stopped on the center line, which is actually a really good thing to do. And we got a B, but it's because we turned just a slight bit early. Let's see what other training I have to get done still for this. This might be the last training for this. I honestly don't remember. Solo. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna do that same thing, just flying backwards. Okay. Awesome. We got about 15 minutes left, so I don't know if we're going to have quite enough time here to do that, but...
Are you ready for this? You're going solo on a full VFR flight. From takeoff to touchdown, it's all you. You'll be departing Flagstaff Pulliam Airport, handling every navigational step on your way to Sedona. It's the return trip from your previous lessons. You will be flying over the same landmarks. You remember them? The Highway, Munns Park Golf Club. Choose whatever you're confident with. Dead Reckoning, Landmark Navigation, or both. This is what you've trained for. Just remember everything you've learned, and most of all, enjoy the ride.
Alright. Here we go. Yeah, for a moment. Circle the airport. Right, now we're just gonna kind of fly it down here. It's almost got up to 8,500, a couple hundred feet short right now. A little slow. Do another loop here, we'll get up there. Alright. Roughly over the center of the runway right here. Alright. I already started the stopwatch. Alright, so as soon as we get back there, we got that to reset. Maintain this altitude and fly this heading for about 9-ish minutes. Alright. It's going well. Alright, so we're just gonna keep heading this way for a little bit. And I know this part is really, really boring. Find a lot there. A little high. Alright. We're just about to reach the golf course. It's just off our nose there. You kind of see it there. It's no longer in our sight. It's going to be just below us here. Two miles off. Alright, and now we're just going to kind of fly in. Alright, and we're going to start turning here in just a second towards heading 222. Got about 7 minutes flight time here. Just a donut. outlet here. We're about halfway there. Shortly here. Once we do this, then we could do our our certification. I don't know if the certification will get done in this. To see what time it is when we finish this up. We are about maybe 5 minutes away. Probably well less than that. 5 minutes away from being done, I would assume. So I don't think we're gonna have quite enough time, but we'll have to see how long this takes to get in. Okay. I'm trying to just send us down to 6,500. And slow us down as we're approaching the airport, which is just off our nose right now. And we're a bit fast at the moment. We're gonna have a series of turns here real soon and touch down. 2 miles to go, 1,000 feet to descend. Actually windmilling right now. Ensure the traffic pattern. Alright, we're turning for our day wind right now. Alright, so we're turning base leg. Try to burn off some speed here. While also trying to maintain the altitude they want us at. Flew past the runway there, but that's fine. Alright. Little have high here, so we're trying to bring her down here. Almost on glide, slightly high. On glide. Low. Climbing. High. On glide. Low. High. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. And we are stopped.
Wow, great job. Some people say the sky's the limit. I say, it's just the beginning.
Alright. We passed. We'll see how we did. It's gonna probably be a good day. Yeah, takeoff and landing are the only thing that brought us down. Alright, so fortunately we're not going to be able to do that certification on this one, but we should be able to knock that certification out real quick. I believe next week around the same time. Let's see here. So, no. Next week it will be on Monday, but we will knock that out, and then we'll be able to start making some money. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.